good afternoon, good morning, whichever or wherever part of the world you are, whatever time it is for you. Good morning, good afternoon. Let's talk. Let's talk. Today I want to talk about that. And to talk a subject today about the subject that's in the news, the Kobe Bryant helicopter tragedy. Well, there's so much about that accident that it's sad. It's because so much lives were lost, so much families hurting, families mourning, families can comprehend that kind of loss. They cannot accept that loss. But people, if there's one thing we have to understand, if we don't realize it yet, we have to get to realize it. You see, death has no preferences. Death don't care whether you're rich or whether you're poor, black or white, big, small. When death comes, death comes. And death is something we don't prepare for. Unless we old, and we always think want to live it and think we're going to get old. And that's when you want to study death. But that's not what death is all about. But anyway, what I really want to talk about, I never know about Kobe Bryant because I'm not really a sports person to know about him. I only got to know about him as that accident happened. And there's a few things I listen on the news, I read about. And I think it's just something I need to talk about. Because let me talk about Kobe Bryant first, and then I will go what I'm trying to say. I listened and I read about him marrying his wife. Apparently, 2 years into his marriage, he cheated on his wife. 2 years into the marriage, he cheated on her. He said he was sorry. He bought her a $2 million ring for forgiveness to show how sorry he was and he wanted her forgiveness. He bought her a $2 million ring. Well, as it is, she divorced. She forgave him, right? She forgave him because they already had one child. She forgave him and she forgot about his cheating, whoever he cheated with. But he happened to do it again. He did it again. He cheated again a second time. When she had families and everybody was asking her and saying to her to divorce him, and then she could have divorced him and got $100 million of him for cheating on her a second time. But what? She didn't. She stayed with him as well. She stayed with him because at that time she was pregnant with the second child. She stayed with him. She didn't divorce him, and she loved her husband, so she stayed with him. Right? Now, the next point I want to make about that situation with Kobe is that Kobe and his mother, his parents, they hadn't spoken for a number of years. He haven't spoken to his parents. I think it's since in 2012 or something like that. They haven't spoken. Why? Because his mother was trying to sell off his memorabilia behind his back and sell it for how much? 50, whatever they said, either 1,000 or millions. Don't quote me on the figures, right? But she was trying to sell it for a substantial sum of money. And he got angry with them. He fell out with them. And he never spoke to his mother after that. And then there was the next incident when he was about to marry his wife, Vernessa. She asked him to do up a prenup. But he said he didn't do no prenup. But they never turned up to his wedding. His parents didn't come to his wedding. I don't know if he had other siblings, because I've never heard about siblings in the news. But his mother didn't turn up to the wedding. They never participated in anything. Even when he got awards, even when he went to, they never participated in anything. It looked as if he didn't have anything to do with that side of the family, of his family. He had nothing to do with that side of the family. But the point I'm trying to bring out, look how he cheated twice on his wife, and his wife forgave him. But why didn't he could have find it in his heart to forgive his own parents, to forgive his own mother? Why was it was so hard for him to not to be able to forgive his own parents for what they done to him? But his wife could have forgave him for cheating on her twice. So I find that situation, I don't know the guy, I don't want to bomb blast the guy, but I think I was a little bit selfish on him. The reason why I said I was a little bit selfish on him, because look how he loses his life. Look how he loses his life in that accident and lost his daughter as well. He lost his life, he lost his daughter. And not once trying to make it up with his parents, make it up with his mother, forgive her. Go to his mother and tell his mother he forgive her for what she done, was what she was trying to do to him, it was wrong. And then they could have patched up their differences and come back as mother and son and make her back in her family. That's sad, because now she must be hurting, the mom must be hurting and saying, oh my God, look how she lose her son. Her son is dead and they never get to make back. I'm sure she probably had plans to try and go and make it up with him, or they probably just had too much pride. One another had too much pride to go back and tell each other they're sorry. And that's where our problem lies, people. Some of us have too much pride. We don't want to go and say we're sorry. We don't want to give forgiveness. We always think we're wrong. We say, if that one come to me, if they come and say, not me, I'm going to come and say sorry. If you don't talk to me, not me, I'm going to talk to them. People's life is very short. We do not know the time. We do not know the hour when our life will cut short. Let's live in peace. Let's live in love with our family and our friends. I know everybody fall out with people. I fall out with people as well. Yeah, I fall out with people. But if I fall out with a friend, I don't need to go back and think with no friend. But families are very important, especially your mom, especially your mother, especially your father, especially brothers and sisters. That's blood. We need to learn to patch up things together before it's too late. Because when it's too late, it's too late. Because right now, he cannot say she's sorry. She cannot say sorry to him. So people, please, let's put our pride aside. Let's put our pride aside and let's talk with each other. Tell each other we're sorry. Let each other know how we feel. We don't have an argument. After the argument, talk it out. And after the argument, try a way to find a solution, to sort it out, and not have for us to live lost, for us to get to lose our loved ones in tragic situations like that. Let's put hatred and things on the side and let's come together and live as one. So at least when one person passed away, we could have good memories and fond memories of them. So that's what I want Ted to talk about today. All I want to say is have a blessed day. Wait up for my next video. Adios.